For years, Mark Winger was known as a hero. He was the loving husband who'd survived a horrifying night.
Springfield Police.
Yes, help me. I just saw this man in my house.
He's inside your house
Kill
right
my
now?
wife. Kill him. He beat my wife.
Is he in there right now?
Yes.
Does he have a gun?
Things are everywhere.
Everyone thought Mark Winger had just killed an intruder. Instead of being viewed with suspicion, Mark was praised as a hero. The police believed his story, his friends believed his story, the whole country believed it. Then, years later, someone came forward with disturbing new information. And eventually, investigators would begin to wonder if the man they'd spent years calling a hero was actually at the center of multiple homicides. So how did Mark Winger manage to fool the entire country? Let's start at the beginning. In Springfield, Illinois, Mark and Donna Winger were the definition of a perfect couple. He was a successful nuclear engineer, and she was a dedicated operating room technician. After their wedding in 1989, they adopted a beautiful baby girl, settling into a comfortable and happy home.
How do you feel, Donna?
I'm overwhelmed, and I just want her to know that it just so happens that the day she's coming home to us is the anniversary of our engagement of Mark and I.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
To Donna's family, Mark was a stable, loving, and fiercely protective husband. But beneath the surface, this image of an ideal family man was really a carefully constructed lie. It was a shield that he would use to hide an unimaginable crime. The night of August 29th, 1995, shattered their peaceful existence. A frantic Mark Winger would call 911, screaming that a man was attacking his wife, and that he had shot the assailant. When police arrived, they found a nightmarish scene. Airport shuttle driver Roger Harrington was dead from a gunshot wound. Mere feet away lay Donna Winger, bludgeoned to death with a hammer. Mark, presenting himself as a distraught victim, told police that he was in the basement when he heard terrifying screams. He said that he raced upstairs to find Harrington brutally attacking Donna and shot him in a desperate act of defense. To add weight to his story, Mark mentioned that Harrington had recently driven Donna home from the airport and had developed an unnerving obsession with her. Investigators learned Harrington had a history of erratic behavior, which made Mark's account seem totally plausible. Mark wasn't a suspect. He was a hero who had risked everything to save his wife, who tragically was killed.
Mr. Winger acted in self-defense when he shot Mr. Harrington, and therefore at this time no charges will be filed against him, and I anticipate that there will never be any charges filed against Mr. Winger.
In the wake of the tragedy, Mark Winger was embraced by the community as a grieving hero. His tale of bravery was accepted without question, and with the story aligning with the initial evidence, the case was swiftly closed. To complete his facade as a devoted family man, Mark actually moved on with shocking speed. Just 5 months after Donna's murder, he hired a 23-year-old nanny named Rebecca to care for his infant daughter. Their relationship quickly evolved, and less than a year after his wife's death, Mark and Rebecca were married. Over the next 4 years, they built a new, seemingly perfect family, having 3 more children together. This idyllic picture of a hero who had found love again became the accepted truth, burying the horrific secret of what really happened that night. For 4 years, the lie held. Then, in 1999, the case blew wide open. Donna's best friend, Deanne Schultz, racked with guilt, walked into a police station. Her confession was a bombshell. She had been having an affair with Mark Winger before Donna was ever killed. Schultz revealed their affair had been intense, and that on the very day of the murders, Mark had cryptically asked if she would love him no matter what. With Deanne Schultz's confession, investigators finally had something they hadn't had in 1995. A motive. But a motive wasn't enough. If Mark really had staged the entire attack, there should still be evidence from the original investigation that could expose his story. So investigators went back through the evidence collected from the night of the murders. And inside Roger Harrington's car, they found something that suddenly looked very different. A note with Mark Winger's name, his address, and a time. 4:30 p.m. Roger hadn't simply shown up at Mark's house. He had been expected. But Mark had told police he barely knew Harrington. And now it appeared Harrington had been given a reason to come to Mark's house that afternoon. That was strange to say the least. And there was something else. Harrington hadn't arrived looking for a fight. He'd brought a coffee mug and a pack of cigarettes. If Mark's story was true, Roger was a violent intruder who had suddenly attacked Donna. But if he was an intruder, why had Mark seemingly invited him in? Then investigators rediscovered 3 Polaroid photographs that had been taken at the crime scene back in 1995. They had been sitting in the case file for years, practically forgotten. The photos showed exactly where Roger's body had been found, and the position didn't match Mark's account. He said that he shot Harrington while Harrington was standing over Donna. The photographs suggested that couldn't have happened. Now investigators wanted to go back to the 911 call. For 4 years, it had sounded like the desperate call of a husband reporting his wife's murder. Now they had reason to believe it was something else. A performance. Was it a good performance? You be the judge of that. And let me know in the comments.
Springfield Police.
Yes, help me. I just shot this man in my house.
He's inside your house
Kill
right
my
now.
wife. Kill him. He beat my wife.
Is he in there right now?
Yes.
Does he have a gun?
Brains are everywhere.
Where's the man at?
He's laying on the floor.
Is he dead?
I don't know. He's making weird sounds. 20, 20,
Sir, slow down. I can't understand you. Slow down. Is the man still in your house?
Yes, he's laying there on the floor with a bullet in his head.
Did you shoot him?
Yes, I shot him. He was killing my wife. My baby's crying. My baby's crying. I gotta go. I'll call you right back.
In 2001, Mark Winger was finally arrested and charged with first-degree murder of both his wife Donna and Roger Harrington. During his 2002 trial, prosecution laid out all of the devastating evidence, and his second wife, Rebecca, who had married a man she believed was a hero, stood by him, though completely baffled by the situation. She would learn the horrifying details of his deception for the first time right along with the jury. After 13 hours of deliberation, the jury saw through the whole charade. They found Mark Winger guilty on both counts of first-degree murder, and he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Following his conviction, a devastated Rebecca filed for divorce and moved away to raise their 4 children alone. Justice, though, was finally served for Donna Winger and Roger Harrington, the innocent man murdered to cover up a heinous crime. But even behind bars, Mark Winger's capacity for deception was not over. This guy is some character. In 2007, while serving his life sentence, he was convicted of another shocking crime. This time, an inmate at Pontiac Correctional Center came forward with a 19-page handwritten note Winger had given him. This note detailed a murder-for-hire plot. From his prison cell, Winger was attempting to arrange the murders of 2 people. The targets were his ex-mistress, Deanne Schultz, whose testimony had sealed his fate, and a wealthy childhood friend, Jeffrey Gelman, who had refused to post his bail. A jury found him guilty of 2 counts of solicitation of murder, adding another 35 years to his life sentence. This final vicious act cemented his legacy not as a hero, but as a manipulative and utterly remorseless killer. If you enjoyed this video, click right here to watch the next one because it is just as shocking and disturbing. And if you enjoy short cinematic true crime videos, make sure to click like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace.